CNN had a segment on marijuana yesterday, and I kid you not, this is straight out of Reefer Madness, the old propaganda movie. Listen to this.
In a few hours, recreational marijuana goes on sale in Colorado. Anyone over the age of 21 will be allowed to buy pot in specialized shops and smoke marijuana on private property. That's only in Colorado, where the state will watch over the marijuana business from seed to sale, as they put it. But it's not the adult users that have some people concerned. Ana Cabrera reports the state has a pot problem in schools.
How many people around your age do you know who have smoked marijuana?
Almost, I want to say 9 out of 10
Really?
students. Yeah,
Is that prevalent?
Yeah, definitely.
Colorado schools have a pot problem. Where do people get it?
I don't know exactly, but just like I know that kids smoke it a lot. Now that it's legal, everybody's just getting it.
While still illegal for anyone under the age of 21, younger people are finding ways to get their hands on marijuana. And we found they don't shy away from talking about it.
I see people selling it, and I think it's easy for people to get now.
Even for somebody who's underage.
Yeah.
I know lots of people. Most of my friends use it.
Why do they want to use it?
I feel like that it's not typically classified as like a harmful drug, like as meth or whatever.
Do you know of anybody who comes to school high or gets high during lunch break, for example?
Oh yeah, this is, yeah, definitely.
Not that uncommon.
Yeah, it's not uncommon at all. There's a bunch of people that come to this school high.
While some teens seem to think using marijuana is okay, schools are trying to send a message that it's not. Pot is now the #1 reason students are kicked out of Colorado public schools. 230 expelled last year because of marijuana, according to the Colorado Department of Education. Pot proving to be a bigger problem than alcohol, disobedience, or weapons violations.
The message we'd like to get out from the School Safety Resource Center is we really need parents to be talking to their children about the risks.
Because that's where all my problems started, with weed, I guess.
18-year-old Chris Collins knows about the risks all too well. He says he began experimenting with marijuana when he was just 10 years old. By age 14, he was hooked. What did you get out of it?
Bad grades and trouble, pretty much.
Kicked out of school. He's been in and out of jail 10 times in the past 4 years.
When I was 14, that was the first time I got my first drug paraphernalia ticket and possession of under an ounce. And now I have like drug paraphernalia tickets, 5 possession of under an ounce tickets. And it's like slowly got worse.
Collins warns marijuana isn't as harmless as some may think.
Did you ever think you were going to become addicted to it? Did you really realize even what was happening?
Like, I didn't think it was possible to like become addicted to marijuana, I guess.
The evidence is very clear that it's addictive.
Adolescent and addiction specialist Dr. Paula Riggs says 1 out of 6 kids who tries marijuana as a teenager will become addicted. She says compared to the 1960s, the marijuana sold today has a higher concentration of THC, a chemical that impacts memory and learning, reaction time and motor skills. Riggs says a developing brain is most vulnerable.
Daily or near daily use can be associated with 6 to 8 point reduction in their adult IQ. Looks like you don't get that back.
Collins has a lot in life he wants to get back. Now drug-free for 8 months, he's focusing on small goals.
To graduate, get my license back.
And he hopes sharing his story will help prevent others from going down the wrong path by using pot.
Yeah, that was one of the most biased, uneducational, unfactual, or non-factual, however you want to say it, reports I've ever seen. I mean, that was straight out of the 1950s. Like, that was all day long, you know, judging parents, berating young people, pretending, oh, these darn kids, get off my lawn, they don't know what they're doing. They got their Zima and their hula hoops and their damn Pokemon and whatnot and the marijuana. I mean, what are you guys doing over there, man, at CNN? I mean, this is embarrassing. This whole segment was embarrassing. Now, the heavy implication of the segment, as everybody knows, anybody who has eyes and saw it and heard it, the implication is kids might get their hands on it, so ban it, so eliminate it. Well, why can't you use that exact same argument with alcohol? Where's that segment, CNN? Where's that segment? How many kids are, drinking that are in high school, and oh my God, some kids actually got into drunk driving accidents and killed themselves, and some kids ruined their lives and became boozers for the rest of their life. Some kids started drinking when they're 15 years old and they got cirrhosis of the liver when they got older. I mean, where's that segment? Where's the segment bashing alcohol, and where's the segment implying that we should ban alcohol because some kids might have gotten their hands on it? I don't see that segment. You could do this kind of a segment, this kind of lopsided, negative segment of any substance whatsoever. You could do it for alcohol. You could fucking do it for caffeine. Yeah, Kathy, when she was 13 years old, she started drinking a lot of caffeine. There were 3 cups of coffee, 4 cups of coffee a day. And what would happen is she would get so jittery that she wouldn't be able to sit still in class. Since she couldn't sit still in class, she was sent to the principal's office. She got detention repeatedly. She couldn't focus. When she got off of it for a little bit, she had withdrawal, so she went right back on it. She was shaking all the time. I mean, you could do this with any drug whatsoever, but they don't. They're focusing on weed. Why? Because weed is just the new kid on the block that's finally starting to get some recognition, and people are realizing, well, it probably should be legal, so they're doing the old school propaganda against it. I mean, what you need to understand is that the overwhelming majority of people who smoke weed, now I'm not saying kids should do it, of course, it should be legal for adults, right? But the overwhelming majority of people who use marijuana or drink alcohol or drink caffeine or take Adderall or do any drug, right? The overwhelming majority are just regular law-abiding citizens living normal lives, fully fulfilled, and it's just something they do. But of course, to be sensationalistic and to fit in with the older crowd, which is probably watching CNN, they do this lopsided report that feeds into their fears. I love how they got the one kid in the world who would say that he was actually addicted to marijuana, which, by the way, marijuana is supposedly psychologically addictive, not physically addictive. In other words, it's not addictive. It's made up. But they get one kid who's got acne, and they make it look like he's some sort of crystal meth addict, whereas, like, oh, look, marijuana ruined your face. That's not from marijuana. It's just he's a teenager with acne. I mean, in every way, shape, and form, this is just an idiotic segment. They didn't highlight any of the positive aspects of marijuana, any of it. They didn't talk about how, medicinally speaking, it helps in so many different areas. The laundry list is endless for things it helps medicinally. Did you do the segment about the actual effects of marijuana? Did you talk about that? Yeah, you'll just kind of feel high and relaxed, and you might want to, eat a whole bag of Ruffles chips and watch a hell of a lot of TV. No, but they don't do that. They don't do that. I mean, CNN should be absolutely embarrassed. And in all seriousness, they should apologize. They should apologize. This was nothing but an absolute hack job. A pathetic hack job based not at all on the facts.